You all know me for I could sometimes be pretty sappy, and I could be pretty straightforward, and I could be really out there. My thoughts, my philosophies, but I guess that's who I am. The holidays for me, what they have represented is they become very reminiscent of your life. And as you get a little bit older, you start to look back and you think about parents, you think about family members, about your children, you think about past loved ones, girlfriends perhaps. Well, why not? Yeah, I do. But it's better to have lived and loved than to not have loved at all or be loved. I think I'm very fortunate because I have lived and I have loved. Not everything in life turns out the way you want it to be. But funny thing about life, it has a way of correcting itself in time. You could look back and you could realize mistakes that you've made, which you could have done differently, or maybe what you couldn't have done differently. It wouldn't have mattered either way. Yeah, I kind of go through this every year. I go through my album books and loose photographs, and I kind of look back, younger Frank, the younger years, past experiences I've had, places I've been to, and it's really healthy to do that. It can be sad at moments because whether it's your family members are gone, mom and dad, even your favorite pets. My dogs were always my children, same as the dogs I have now. They're my children. And the loss of these pets I was very close to. Like losing a child. I don't know what it is to lose a child physically, but I won't get into that. We can, however, live by our memories. We can't go back. It's just impossible to go back. But the one thing about the human brain is the ability to remember and to be able to look back. Who you are today is the sum of all your life experiences. That's who you are today. And hopefully you have learned from your past, you have learned from your mistakes, what you did right and what you did wrong. Remember, you could always correct yourself today, learning from what you may have done in your past, that although you can't go back and change it, but you could look back on something and do things a better way. When I fall in love, I fall really hard. I mean, really hard. And if any woman was in my life at any time in my life, and if they were actually important enough to me, they knew it. And if they were worthwhile being in my life, they also knew it too. But I'm like any other guy, sowing my oats. I was single for a good majority of my life, really. I had a lot of girlfriends. But there's only been a small handful, less than that really, that I really had feelings for. Look, we all get hurt from something in our life. We lose loved ones. But the great thing about human nature is that we recover. We have the ability to do so. Some people never get over their first love or any particular love in their life that seemed to be a really important love in your life. I'm a true romantic. There's nothing wrong with my memory in regards to my feelings. So you got to understand me to a point that you go against somebody that I love. Well, let's just say it's probably not a good thing to do. Not with me. It's hard to find somebody in your life that you really love and loves you back. When somebody wants to do harm or get in the way of that love relationship in any form or way, to tarnish it. Well, I can only speak in my situation, is that I will never let that happen, ever. I think you understand. It's hard to find somebody to love you back. Nevertheless, have a good close friend. If you got one friend in the world, you're a lucky man or a woman. It's hard. A lot of times we don't really see the good things in front of us till they're gone. And that's when you realize that it really sucked being alone. I don't like being alone. I never did. I've had my moments. I've had a variety of girlfriends in my life, but there's only a handful that ever meant anything to me at all. And I think sometimes things happen for a good reason. You look, in retrospect, you look back and you say, oh, now that I look at it now, I'm glad that never happened. And I can definitely tell you that some of the girlfriends I had, in retrospect again, I look back and I say, oh, that at the time, I don't know where my heart was at, never have worked. Maybe there is some lucky angel or karma is real and somebody or something was looking after me that I never even knew it. But as things turned out very well for me. I didn't really think at a later age in my life I was going to find anybody. I really didn't. There was a point that I gave up, and that was when, I decided the United States wasn't for me. I decided to try this Philippine thing for size. That's when I had met this one woman. And I don't know. I don't even like going back to this, to tell you the truth. But it's good to have the experience, and you always have that in your memory. But the great thing is, create new memories, love any life you have now. That's really important. It's okay to look back. There's no problem looking back. You should look back. I encourage everybody to look back. If somebody was special enough that you would want to spend your time with, shared thoughts and emotions, even the same bed. You probably swore to each other, I can't see myself with anybody else at all in my life. That's not going to happen. But then something happens and, well, turns direction. And you can get hurt over it, and human emotion, we feel hurt. I mean, if you're really human, you feel hurt. Being human is having sympathy and having empathy. There are some people that just don't possess that. They want to hurt people, want to hurt, have no regrets, narcissistic behavior, self-centered, self-focused. I just can't be that way because I couldn't live with myself. For those that think they know me really well, you might be finding out that you really don't know me at all. There are times I didn't even know myself, to be honest. I was in a direction in life like a lot of you people have been. That's maybe why you came to the Philippines. You were searching for something. Probably didn't know what you were searching for, but if you found it, I guess you'd know it. And I was one of these lucky people that did. I got really fortunate. It doesn't matter if a relationship had broke it up. Well, it mattered at the time, of course, but the main thing is that you moved on and you did find a new love in your life. And as you get a little bit older, you realize more and more how that companionship is so important. I'm sorry, but I watch these YouTubers and they're running around from one woman to another haphazardly and hanging around in bars and getting drunk. And I'm thinking, in your later years of life, what a waste of time. And you could be snuggling up to somebody, a relationship that has meaning to it. To have somebody as your focus point. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like being alone. At the same time, I just don't want just any. I will not settle for somebody. I can't do that. I have to live with myself too. I have to be comfortable in my own skin, in my own environment, in my own home. So it matters to me who keeps me company, who shares my bed. As you get older, or maybe like compared to when you were younger, you never thought about this stuff. You were young and free and wild and, fancy, foot, whatever. That's you. Then reality comes. You're getting older. You're realizing, it's all been fun and games and all that shit. But it's time to kind of get a foundation going in your life, establish roots, and kind of get your life together instead of just spread all over the planet, not knowing what you're doing. You're going from one country to another, and you have failure. No matter where you go, you got failure, 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 failure. Living like a nomad, unless that's what you want. But that's never been me. Anyway, I'm done talking. I've been doing quite a few videos lately and kind of looking back in time as I do every year. As I said, I kind of looked through my old pictures, and I absolutely want to remember. Though some things might be a little hard to look back on, I think it's really necessary that you face certain realities in your life, even your failures, because you learn from all of it. And I've learned a lot. Yeah, I fall hard. When I find a woman I think is the right woman for me, I fall hard, and I lose hard also, my emotion. And that's why we're called human. That's why we'll try to act human. We have actually emotion. So some people are very void of having these human emotions. It's okay to hurt people. No, it's not okay to hurt it. It's really not. It's really not. I know in 2 occasions in my life, I fell really hard. I got hurt really bad. Hurt to the point that you lost mass weight, you weren't eating properly, you weren't thinking properly. Part of human emotion, hard thing to go through when you have love for somebody. For whatever reason, it doesn't work out. But again, we learn from all these experiences and you become stronger. Anyway, I'm ranting again, so forgive me. But anyway, thanks for listening anyway. Move forward. And you're living in the present, not the past. Remember that. Enjoy what you have now. Not everything lasts forever. Keep that in mind. It could be a love, it could be your life. Cherish what you got. Live for the moment. But it's okay to remember the past.